We are almost coming towards the end of this great journey, glorious journey of Hanuman Chalisa. After today's chopai, the remaining 2-3 chopais are more of the nature of Falashrutis, where they give how one benefits from chanting Hanuman Chalisa. So today's chopai. जय जय हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई. Victories to Sri Hanuman ji, who has control over his senses. Bless us with your grace and compassion to us as our preceptor, as our Guru. Kripa karaho Gurudev ke naay. Hanuman Chalisa begins with Jai Jai Hanuman Jnana Gun Sagar and now concludes with the same Jai repeated thrice. Hanumanji has full control over his body and mind, and so is never distracted from his purpose by his senses or held back by the shortcomings of his body. Therefore, he can face any challenge and emerge victorious. In the same way, anyone who controls his senses and worships Hanumanji with full devotion will emerge victorious. For such a devotee, no challenge is too great. Hanumanji is like a guru, a compassionate teacher. He is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, who is himself worshipped as the universal teacher. The love of a guru for his disciple is far more than that of an earthly mother, for even in mother there are some expectations and there may be some selfishness. The guru, on the other hand, loves unconditionally without expectations and is indescribably kind-hearted and merciful. There is none as compassionate as Guru. Tulsidas ji is praying Hanumanji here. Hanumanji, you have mercy on me. Don't be in the form of Lord Hanuman, the destroyer of demons, when it comes to your grace on me. Your left hand kills the demons and your right hand kills the saints. The left arm kills Asuradal, the right arm stars the saints. To kill the Asuras is also a grace in one way. But Tulsidas ji doesn't want that grace of Hanuman, the grace in slaying the demons. Which kind of grace he wants? Kripa karahu Gurudev ki naay. Don't grace me as you graced so many asuras by giving them mokshas, but grace me as compassionate Guru, as most compassionate Guru. Tulsidas ji is saying that Gurudev Narharji, this is Tulsidas ji's Guru, has a lot of blessings on us. When we were innocent, the parents died in childhood. There was no one to ask. Guru Narharji brought the orphaned child to the ashram and gave affection of both the parents, protected like a father, nurtured like a mother. Then worked as a teacher, gave initiation, did the work of the Sadguru. So only one person who can do the work of mother, father, guru, Sadguru, and can compose Ramayana, make him so capable. That means he can cut off all the physical heats, physical challenges, and then give the vision of God like this. Just like my Gurudev, please bless me, O Hanuman, as preceptor, as Guru. This Chopain glorifies the role and the need of Guru more than any other text in the world. And as I write this, perhaps Tulsidas ji thought in centuries to come, yugas to come, even before one has adopted you as his Sadguru, O Hanuman, he is bound to sing Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai. Tulsidas ji is saying this for himself. Just think about yourself and churn. After getting a guru, understand the meaning of Hanuman in Chalisa from your guru. Then learn the method of dharana dhyana. Then the miracle of guru will start in your life. You will experience Sahaja Samadhi one day. You will be filled with joy. It is at this stage that one would really know the value and the fragrance of Guru Tattva. Our Maharaj writes on God as Sadguru. To be a Guru, one must have a command from God. Mere study of books cannot make one a Guru. One who has studied the Vedas and one who has direct knowledge, aparoksha anubhuti of the Atman through Anubhava can alone be enrolled as a Guru. Shrotriya, knowledge of scriptures. Brahmanishta, experience of Brahman. A Jivan Mukta or a liberated sage is the real Guru or spiritual preceptor. He is the Sadguru. He is identical with Brahman or the Supreme Self. He is the knower of Brahman. A Sadguru is endowed with countless siddhis. He possesses all the divine Aishwarya powers, all the wealth of the Lord. Possession of siddhis, however, is not the test to declare the greatness of a sage or to prove that he has attained self-realization. Sadgurus generally do not exhibit any miracle or siddhi. Sometimes, however, they may do so by divine will, divine intuition, in order to convince the aspirants of the existence of superphysical phenomena. Give them encouragement and instill faith in their hearts. The Sadguru is Brahman himself. He is an ocean of bliss, knowledge and mercy. He is the captain of your soul. He is the fountain of joy. He removes all your troubles, sorrows and obstacles. He shows you the right divine path. He tears your veil of ignorance. He makes you immortal and divine. He transmutes your lower nature. He gives you the rope of knowledge and takes you up when you are drowning in this ocean of samsara, which is cycle of birth and death. Do not consider him to be only a man. If you take him as a man, then you are a beast. Worship your Guru and bow to him with reverence. Guru is God. A word from him is a word from God. He need not even teach anything. Even his presence or company is elevating, inspiring and stirring. His very company is self-illumination. Living in his company is spiritual education. Man can learn only from man, and hence God teaches through a human body. In your Guru, you have your human ideal of perfection. He is the pattern into which you wish to mold yourself. Your mind will be readily convinced that such a great soul is fit to be worshipped and revered. Guru is the moksha dwara, door to liberation. He is the gateway to the transcendental truth consciousness. But it is the aspirant who has to enter through it. The Guru is a help, but the actual task of practical sadhana falls on the aspirant himself. Unquote. Dear all, who else can feel the fragrance of God himself taking up the role of Sadguru than the one talking to you now? Sai took upon the role of Sadguru himself, entered into the very heart, very soul, very intellect of him, Satya. When he took up the study of Upanishads and Vedanta, and believe him. When God takes upon the role of Guru, he doesn't have to wait and keep teaching for 10 years or 15 years. He is Kala Atitaya. In his case, the 10 years or 15 years of Shravana Manana Nividhyasana in a Guru Shishya Parampara was cut short into few months when God took the role of Sadguru himself. God performs a miracle in his devotees' sadhana when he takes the role of Guru himself. This truth is 100%, 200%, 500% realized and experienced by him through his real life sadhana, especially in 2010-11. What to say? If the Shravana was a reading of Upanishads, Vedanta, Viveka Chudamani, Moksha Gita, Yoga Vashishta, etc., God taking the role of Sadguru combined, since he had to leave by April 2011, he combined 3 into 1. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana happened together with him as Sadguru. There was no time gap between the 3 Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and there was not even time gap between Nididhyasana and subjective experience. When he takes over, he takes the sadhana of his disciple also beyond the realm of time and space. Such is the grace of God as Guru. And he doesn't come walk into everyone's lives as Sadguru. He sends Guru in human form to many others. Tulsidas ji writes, O Hanuman ji, victory to you, and this Jai he has written thrice. A deep meaning is hidden behind it. Say, when we meet and greet each other, we say, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Ram Ji ki. Right? A question arises. We say loudly, Jai Shri Krishna, but where is the Jai? Jai means victory. That means there is a war and someone is victorious. So we are saying Jai. But the question arises, with whom is the war here? And who is emerging victorious? Is the war with Krishna or with Hanumanji or with Ram? God has emerged victorious somehow, so we are saying Jai Shri Krishna. But in which kind of a war? God is fighting with whom? God's war is with his disciple. Arey, how? There are 2 people in the body, Jiva and Shiva. BMI and self. The Lord says, the body, your body is God's, belongs to God. Your soul is God's soul. Your very entity is God's own real identity. And the Jiva with BMI says the body, mind, intellect, everything belongs to me. Thus, there is a war between God and Jiva, or rather, there is a war internally between the Shiva within us and the Jiva that we think we are. God in me should be victorious. Let this body die. Let the God emerge victorious. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Hanuman. In whose life God is victorious, we call such a being as saint. The saints say what? They say, they point out to themselves and this entire entity belongs to God. It is for God. As long as we say that the body, mind, intellect, this identity is mine, my BMI's identity, there is no victory for God in our life. There is only defeat. A day should come when Krishna ki jai, Ram ji ki jai, Hanuman ji ki jai. My God emerges victorious when I realize that my entire identity, my entire entity is for God. And evolve further to say, is verily God. This body is not mine, it is His, it is for Him. And Hanumanji showed us the way. Hanuman's body was not for himself but for Lord Rama. So, God won his life. That is why Tulasidas ji writes, Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai. Let it be by three states of consciousness. All the three states of consciousness, the eternal witness, the eternal being is you. So Jai, 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 for the God in me in three states of consciousness. My body is His, my mind is His, my intellect is His. Jai, Jai, Jai is for these three belonging to Him, verily. My gross body belongs to Him, my subtle body belongs to Him, my causal body belongs, everything is He. Hari, 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 Jai, Jai, Jai for these three, which is belonging to Him, which is His grace. Great men say that our first appointment should be with God. And whatever is left over, only that should be performing the duty as per the varna, as per the ashrama in which we are in. Whereas in the normal life of a normal jiva, it is exactly the opposite. Our meeting with God, our appointment with God comes at the end. See the difference between the approach of the saint and the approach of a jiva. God says, I gave such a good intellect to the jivas, the human beings, but they could not understand this one thing. Who am I? God has said, you come by memorizing a lesson. After that, I will teach you another line. That line was, I am human in this birth. This you memorize in your first birth. In the second birth, you memorize a line, I am a divine man. In the third birth, I am a man of God. And in the fourth birth, I am God. Finished. What Jesus said, He said, I am the Son of God, and later He said, me and my Father are one. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in his ashram, a businessman visited. This businessman wanted God for free. Paramahamsa said, son, you will be well. That brother went to Paramahamsa and said, that Paramahamsa said to that businessman, God is coming to you. You meet God every day. Talk with God every day. So, when God comes to you, then give them my address, from which they will also come to my place. This is the answer given by the businessman to Paramahamsa. Give them my address. If you tell God, then your words will not go in vain. They will definitely come to my place. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, oh, so, well, I will definitely give your address to God. Hearing this, that businessman became happy. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, give me your address. This businessman started telling some address, 24 Chaurangi Lane or something like that. Then Paramahamsa said, this is your home address, not yours. Where is your address? I do not know your address. The day you get your address, I will send God to your place. You are giving me the wrong address. Then how do I send that address to God? You give me your real address. Real address is what? The real answer to who am I is the real address. So, the basic thing is that the soul is so intelligent that it tries to solve the problems of the world, but it does not know its own address. There is only one knowledge, that is the knowledge of Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi in itself is a very, very subtle and difficult expression to experience. Acharyas have given different interpretations of it. By breaking this word, different paths have been shown. Great masters have written commentaries on its three meanings, Tat, Tvam, Asi, so that the light of this Mahavakya falls in the intellect of man. We do not remember who I am, whom I am, for whom I am, because of whom I am. Who I am, we do not know. Whom I am, we do not know. For whom I am, do not know. Because of whom I am, that also we do. I have come to know that God is in everyone, but I do not know that God is in me. Hridaya Nivasi. Therefore, knowledge is a different thing, and understanding or mere understanding is a different thing. I have everything because of Him. It is not a matter speaking but of understanding. That is why in our old language there are two words, knowledge and understanding. You are because of Him should be the real knowledge or real experience, not a mere understanding through your mind and intellect. What should be our real experience, real knowledge? I am because of Him, to evolve to I am Him. Aham tat asi. Singing hymns to God, wearing a necklace to God, holding a nevedyam to God. Only this is what we have understood as devotion. This way, devotion is just some action. It is not the inner bhava. In many cases, not in all cases. Of course, there could be devotees offering nevedyam, offering prayers wholeheartedly with single pointed devotion, but generally they are all done as mere acts, mere rituals. We will say Tattvamasi, maybe we will sing or chant Arati, but its light is not there in our life. That is why the darkness does not end. With the clear understanding and experiencing of this Mahavakya, light comes to the intellect. Our intellect is illumined, self-illumined. This light is the realization. The realization is from the path of Sadguru, in whose life there is a victory of God in God. That is why, in order to bring these three things to life, Tulasidas ji has used the word Jai thrice and has written Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai. Kripa karaho Gurudev kinai. In the battle between the soul and Shiva going on inside us, may God be victorious. May I, the ego, may I, the avidya, stand defeated. Now have the clarity. Whenever we say Sai Ram, or whenever we say Jai Shri Ram, or whenever we say Jai Shri Krishna or Jai Hanuman, it is an urge, a prayer, a hunger with mumukshatva within us for the Shiva or the Hanuman or the Ramji or the Sai or the Krishna the Paramatman, the Parabrahman, to be victorious within us. And in the war between the good and the evil, between the Shiva and the Jiva within us, the victory is of Shiva, the self Atman, and the defeat is for the ego, Jiva. Say Jai Shri Ram, or wish the other brother or sister as Sai Ram, or Jai Shri Krishna when you are offered Naivedyam in the Krishna Mandir and the person giving you the Naivedyam says Jai Shri Krishna. Say Jai Shri Krishna with this spirit. Yes, today let my spirit be victorious and let my ignorance be defeated. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai 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 Hanuman. So, ultimately with the grace of Sadguru, walking along the path laid by Sadguru, he lays the path differently for different sadhakas because each sadhaka has a different, each group of sadhakas have a different sanskara. Okay, and treading the path laid by Acharya, by Sadguru, engaging untiringly, relentlessly in Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, taking up the sadhana path with the fire of mumukshatva lit within us, being the last of the sadhana chatushtaya, the four treasures. When on one decided day, when Guru, God, all shower grace on us and make us cross the last path, last step and reach the other side, their side, merge with them. The sadhaka turned seer has now experienced within in reality he has experienced the fructification, the culmination of Jai Krishna, Jai Hanuman, Jai, victory to the self, Shiva within me. He has realized and experienced that, and then he says, Jai. He once again closes his eyes and reconfirms that the Shiva within me has emerged victorious. I have crossed this ocean of samsara with the grace of my Sadguru, with the grace of God, and again says Jai. And with the ecstasy, crossing all the limits and in undiluted bliss of having experienced and having merged in the light of the self, having merged with Hanuman, the third Jai comes in a thunderous manner. Jai. And Punah, again, he concludes and he joins all the three Jais and then says, in tearful reverence to Hanuman, Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai. And how did this Jai, Jai, Jai happen? Because the same essence, Hanumanji, walked into my life as Guru Tattvam, Kripa Karaho Gurudev. This particular sharing, this particular talk on the penultimate Chapai has to be experienced deep within. So that your journey deep within gets concluded, fructified, and culminates into Jai, Jai, Jai. My Panchakoshas, my three states of consciousness, my three bodies, and all of them which were declared as Neti, Neti, Neti in Nirvana Shatakam, all of them have become Itis today. And I have realized, I have experienced, I have come to the state of subjective intuitive experience that there exists nothing no more to be told as Neti, to be negated, because I am all inclusive. Purnamada Purnamidam. That Purnam Sthiti is experienced where everything has merged within me, the creation has merged within me. The journey deep within has culminated in the subjective experience deep within. Whenever in any bhajan this Jai expression comes, Jai Ho Gopalana, Jai Sai Ram, Pavana Purusha, Koti Pranam. In all your expression of Jai from now onwards, it has to be the Jai, the victory of the Shiva within you over the Jiva ego which was there till now. Let the demon ego die. Let the spirit Shiva shine within. Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai. Jai Shri Ram. Now the real secret of Jai unfolds. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Hanuman. Jai Sai Ram.